Some people don't listen to what we say, especially friends. If they care enough, even if we ask them to go away, they won't go. Real friendships don't go. This is episode 3 of Unconditional Love, a new headache. As we saw in the previous episode, she stood there watching Jules walk away. Leave me alone. The words still lingered. She frowned slightly, thinking, what could be wrong with this girl? She hadn't asked for anything big, just friendship. But something was off, something deeper. And she wanted to know what it was. Strangely, Suji didn't feel pushed away. She felt curious, not the kind that intrudes, the kind that cares. She turned slowly and walked back to her desk, still thinking, how do I make this girl talk? After some time, a file was placed in front of her, and the office assistant said, general instructions for teachers and the new joiner's signature is needed. Suji looked at the papers and smiled slightly. I'll take it. The classroom was alive. Jules stood at the front, chalk in hand, voice calm. Subramanya Bharatiyar, she began, was not just a poet. The children listened. Some curious, some distracted. He was a reformer, a voice for change. A boy in the back laughed. Miss, his turban looks funny. The class burst into giggles. Jules paused, then smiled gently. Don't tease a legend, she said softly. He was called Mahakavi for a reason. The room settled. She turned to the board and began writing. Chinnanjira Kiliye. And then she sang. Sinnanjira Kiliye Kannamma Selva Kalanjiyame என்னை களி தீர்த்தே உலகில் ஏற்றம் புரிய வந்தாய் சின்னஞ்சிறு கிளியே கண்ணம்மா செல்வ களஞ்சியமே. Her voice filled the room. Not heavy this time, not broken, just warm. The children watched her, completely still. At the door, Suji stood quietly, listening. And for the first time, she saw a different Jules. Not distant, not guarded, just herself. So this is it, Suji thought. She pushes people away before they come close. She didn't interrupt. She waited. Only after the children joined in did she step inside. I need your signature, she said, holding the papers. Just general instructions. And Hema ma'am wants you to prepare a couple of 10th graders for the morning prayer. Jules nodded. Okay. No extra words. Suji didn't push. Not this time. She just left. Lunch break. Jules sat alone at her desk, her lunchbox open. What's for lunch? Suji asked casually, sitting down without invitation. You know, I survive on boring hostel food every day. Jules didn't respond. But when Suji leaned in anyway, She didn't stop her. She simply pushed the box slightly toward her. Suji took a bite, closed her eyes. Mmm, this is really good. Jules exhaled quietly. Some people just didn't hear no. Will you bring this tomorrow too? Suji asked, still eating. Do you cook? Jules shook her head. The maid. Suji nodded, finishing up. Then stood. Thanks. I have a bike. I can drop you home after school. No, I'll manage. Of course. And then in the evening, the school gates opened. Jules stepped out and stopped. Jacob stood there, leaning against his bike, waiting. She frowned slightly. What are you doing here at this time? First day, he said simply. Didn't know how you'd go home, so I came. Before she could respond, so this is why you refused? Suji, on her scooty, grinning. She winked once and rode off. Jules closed her eyes for a second, annoyed. Then walked past Jay and sat on his bike. Jacob smiled faintly. Already made friends? He asked. No. She's been a headache all day. I just don't know how to avoid her. Jay didn't respond. He just started the bike and rode with a smile she didn't see. She pushed people away, but some people didn't leave. Would that change her or break her even more? Stay with me for episode 4. This is Between Love and Truth, where love is deep and truth runs deeper. Thank you for listening.